जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय 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 जय श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय 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 राम जय जय मैं करूँगी जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai.
Nobody there, no?
Nobody is there.
Let them come.
Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Shri Ram,
Kalambara splendor சொன்னார். இந்த ஸ்லோகமா சொன்னார். மாதாஜிக்கு ஸ்ப்ளெண்டர் இதான் சொன்னார். தெரியும், மாதாஜிக்கு ஆட்சி சொன்னார் இல்லையா? மாதாஜிக்கு ஒரு நாள் டக்குன்னு அப்படி ஸ்ப்ளெண்டர் அந்த சூரிய கோடி பிரகாசம் சொன்னார்.
நேற்றைக்கு வந்தது.
இன்னைக்கு காலம்பரம் படிக்கிறது
அல்ல, இதல்ல
இதல்ல.
இல்லை. சொல்கிறேன் 11th chapter. 11th chapter 2 ஆகும். ஜெய ஜெய Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om, pranams to everybody. Hari Om, Hari Om, pranam, pranam, pranam. Yesterday we were trying to cover Bhagavad Gita. What's the title?
Bhagavad Gita, the final is over now.
No.
Timeless Guide.
Timeless Guide. We are split into two parts. First is the refinery, where we picked up one sloka from one chapter. It is not humanly possible for people like us who are not well versed in Sanskrit, nor did we have any official or proper Vedic learning. How are we to understand? So Papa guides us, doesn't matter. You pick one sloka from one chapter. Hari Om. And then try to connect with your daily life. Believe the sloka yesterday showed me, number 2 of number 12 of 11, 12. 11. Mataji's revelation. Morning when we were reading, दिवी सूर्य सहस्रस्य भवेद युगपदुत्थिता यदिभा सदृशा स्यात् भासत्तस्य महात्मनः. If there be the effulgence of 1,000 suns bursting forth all at once in the sky, even that would hardly be like the splendor of the mighty Lord. Mataji was telling about the different stages of our realization. So, first stage, second stage, third stage. And from there she said, from here, when it was rising up to here, from here to here, it was like this explosion. Anyway, so coming back to Bhagavad Gita again, so up to 6th chapter, now what we are doing is, we are just seeing the overview of a chapter, not going deep into it. And how does it help us to refine our mind? Ultimately, Papa keeps on harping that only a purified mind can become eligible to become aware of his presence within and then without. First, we should become aware of his presence within and then without. So while chanting Ram Nam, the whole thrust is to remember him, to remember him, to remember him. And when we harmoniously blend it with outer activities and inward journey, which is called Seva and Dhyana, then this awareness leads us to the stage where the sense of individuality become totally aware of the presence of the self, Atman, consciousness, behind every thought, every word, every deed. This is what we have. That is the purpose for which this ashram has been set up by Papa. So we should be very clear about it. Why are we chanting Ram Nam? So Namdhyan Seva should enable us to become aware that He is behind our very birth. In this particular chapter, in this 7th chapter which we are going to, Papa also makes a mention in the divine, what is that book? Glimpses of Divine Vision. Glimpses of Divine Vision, the first one he says, go to the origin of your and the world life. Go to the origin of your and the world life. You have that book here? No. You don't have to go there. It is there. So the 7th chapter highlights this. We all start chanting Ram Nam, we are carrying on with our this thing. But step by step, Papa is leading us. This is the first chapter of this book. Many of you might be having it. Try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. To know who you are in reality is the real quest. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend all human limitation set by the body, mind, intellect, and then embarking upon the realm of the spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. In the speaks Ramdas, he says, human birth is the rare acquisition. To know that these two, if we forget about the other thing, this is our guiding principle. Human life is a rare acquisition. Its purpose is to know the Atman, by knowing which you have nothing more to know. Everyone must realize that the divine is within him. God is within your heart. You are his embodiment. You are he, but you do not know that. There is a veil of ignorance separating you from God. Remove the veil. First God, everything else comes next. So this is our purpose. It is for that purpose he has given us this triune path, Namdhyan Seva. We have been doing this Namdhyan Seva. Each one would have derived some benefit out of it. But the ultimate benefit, it is still a concept, not a reality. Why so? This clarity has not come. We are chanting. Every day morning when we come here at 6:30, we read Mataji's with the Divine Mother. There, keeps on harping. Unless and until we bring in the attributes of God along with our chanting, side by side, it may not give the desired result. So what is it that prevents us? We are all devotees, we are all earnest seekers. We have been associating with the ashram for 5 or 6 or 7 decades. What is happening to us? Then we realize, though all these things are going on outwardly, the inner equipment has not been made fit to take to this journey. That means purification. So that is why he is now introducing Bhagavad Gita as an instrumental cause for drawing our attention to this aspect. This is the background. So chapter number 7, it is titled as Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Refining knowledge into wisdom. All of us have a lot of things in our head, knowledge. But when it is applied knowledge, which is called wisdom, then only the purpose will be served. Otherwise it stays as a knowledge, bookish knowledge, textual knowledge, superficial knowledge, intellectual knowledge, Krishna now deepens the refinement process by differentiating between theoretical knowledge, jnana, and realized wisdom, vijnana. While knowledge can be accumulated, wisdom arises from direct experience of the divine. This chapter emphasizes the need to refine intellectual understanding into spiritual realization. A mind cluttered with information remains restless. When refined through inner experience, knowledge becomes transformative, bringing clarity and devotion. All of us know this, because we have accumulated a big library inside. God has given us the capacity to memorize also. And anything and everything comes immediately without even our knowing. It brings a particular knowledge. And then immediately we give it out. We hardly check out whether we have already verified it. Swami Ranganathananji in his book, he brought out these two words, beautiful words. Verified and verifiable. Normally, when we hear something, it has been given out by people who have experienced. But to us, it is a knowledge. Though it is a verified knowledge, it should be verified by us. And it is not a dictum or a dogma imposed on us. All the declarations in Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads, they are all the revelations of our spiritual scientists, Maharshis, going deep, 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 deep within. So they have verified and they are bringing out. Simply hearing their words, it will not help. We have to verify by ourselves. This process of verification is called Vijnana. Chidanandaji Maharaj used to say that daily life and daily sadhana. Daily life is the field where we try to verify this daily sadhana. So God has given us this daily sadhana to implement, to try. Whatever we have heard, whatever we have understood, we have to try it. Every day God is providing us the daily life. That is the field where we try. When we try, we may fail, we may forget, but with perseverance, when we keep on trying, ultimately we become convinced about it. Then it becomes verified one. So a mind cluttered with information remains restless. When refined through inner experience, knowledge becomes transformative, bringing clarity and devotion. Understanding. Krishna declares that he is both the material and the spiritual essence of the universe. Matter and spirit. In this chapter, he brings it out. True wisdom is recognizing that all existence is pervaded by the divine. Because just now, Papa said, we go to the origin of not only ours, but also that which is there in us. Where from the air came, where from the water came, like that, Where from the sun came. That's why Papa says, to know who you are, try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. Four types of seekers. People approach God for different reasons: suffering, desire, curiosity, wisdom. The highest refinement happens when one seeks God for knowledge and realization rather than for personal gains. The unrefined mind is trapped in illusion, identifying with temporary desires. By refining perception through devotion and discrimination, one transcends illusion, sees the eternal truth. Shifting from information to realization. Applying knowledge through experience refines the intellect. This is where many of us have not succeeded. Whatever we hear, there is an intellectual thrill. Immediately we think that is the experience. Need not. a flowery language, a flowery presentation. It's a thrill to read, to enjoy. But the real purpose will be only when the person who has expressed it, it has come out from his experience. That experience we may not get. Please think about it. Seeing the presence of the divine in all beings removes division and strengthens the devotion. Moving from seeking God for personal needs in seeking wisdom brings higher. Okay, all those things. Now, here, one thing we would like to say, Raj, a scholar, knew scriptures but lacked inner peace. When he began to meditative contemplation, his knowledge turned into inner wisdom, bringing him with clarity and devotion. A Brahmin sent his two sons to study Vedas and Upanishads. After 12 years they returned, and their father asked if they had understood Brahman. The first son confidently recited scriptures, but the father told him he had not yet grasped it. The second son remained silent, despite repeated questioning. The father, pleased, declared that he had truly understood Brahman, emphasizing that the truth is beyond words and can hardly be realized and can be realized only in silence. Everything in the universe is at its core vibration. Scientific experiments like semantics show how sound creates patterns in matter, proving that vibrations shape reality. In quantum mechanics, the double-slit experiment reveals that even tiny particles like electrons behave like waves. String theory suggests that all fundamental particles are just tiny vibrating strings. Even at the molecular level, infrared spectroscopy shows that molecules constantly vibrate. These discoveries together suggest that everything from sound and light to matter itself is a form of vibration. These are all theories. These stories, it's not a story, an illustration show that refining knowledge into wisdom deepens our connection with the divine. Though there are many shlokas, when we read Papa's this book, Go to the Origin, we were led to the 10th sloka. बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनम बुद्धिर्बुद्धिपदामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहम्. He says, no, go to the origin. Normally we say we have come from our parents. Then we understand Bijam, no? Those who have got a little agriculture background, plantation background, they will be able to understand. Because we were associated with coffee state, it was easy for us. We used to have this nursery, we used to bring out the plants. Where from it comes? A coffee seed. So similarly, the coconut tree which we have in front of it, it has come from a seed coconut. That seed coconut has come from another tree. That tree has come from another seed coconut. So when he says Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam, what we feel is we have come from our parents. But our parents were also born to their parents. They were born to their parents. They were born to their parents. So which is the first cause? First coconut, first bindi, first tomato. Name anything, any vegetable, any fruit. We cannot go beyond 2 or 3 generations, So then we go to this sloka. I am the eternal seed. God is the eternal seed. The whole spiritual learning starts from this. And then initially we may have some idea that he is with forms. But Papa clearly mentions that this Atman, God, Brahman, is not an individual, but it is a subtle and mysterious power. In his first book, In Quest of God, before he starts the first chapter, he defines what he means by the word Ram. So these are the words he used. Ram stands for the subtle and mysterious power. So that is the starting point. This is a very important chapter for us. This sloga is very important for us. The moment we come to recognize that he is the Bijam, I have no idea. Bhagavad Gita says, my Guru says. I believe, but I have to verify, So we have already discussed, for the sake of those who are hearing it for the first time, we are repeating it, because repetition of these truths, it strengthens, concretizes the truth within our mind. Chinmayanandaji used to bring this, Without cause, there cannot be effect. Effect is nothing but cause in different forms. Removal of the cause from effect means nothingness. Therefore, cause is inherent and concurrent in effect. Without mud, there cannot be pot. Pot is nothing but mud in different forms. Removal of mud from the pot means nothingness. Therefore, mud is inherent and concurrent in pot. So we all have, he says, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. So he is our origin without cause. So we are all his effects. So without him, none of us can exist. We are nothing but him in different forms. Removal of him from us means nothingness. Therefore, God is inherent and concurrent in us. This is the starting point of our spiritual journey. This is how Papa is leading us. And we have given a name to that. Later on he will also say he is also the provider. Great provider. Papa uses the word great provider. Who provides everything for our very existence through Mother Nature and society. All the creature comforts which we are enjoying, it has all come out through human beings by the process of discovery, invention and innovation. Why do we say that he has given us through that? Because none of them have specified the beneficiaries. That is the litmus test. Just like air, water, earth, sun, space, vegetables, metals, minerals, gases, they do not specify the beneficiary, it is available for all. Similarly, all the creature comforts which we are using, it is not, we don't know the author of it, but they have not specified the beneficiary. So the 7th chapter throws light on this Papa's first chapter in of both. He said he is there in entirety and perfection. Thus speaks. These two books, the first page itself initiates us into Papa's thinking. And he has given a name, Ram. And we are repeating the name only to remember that he is within me, he has been with me, he is with me, he has been with me. He has been providing everything to me. Even the very notion of me and mine is a gift of him. I have forgotten. So my job is to remember him. That is why it's called God realization, not attainment. He is there, I have to realize his presence. All these thoughts, it comes from 7th chapter.
She has reached her mind in these days in this matter. Sakshi has raised her hand here. She wants to ask something. And he also has been raising his hand here.
Who?
This involution and evolution. I am getting involved and I am getting evolved. So the effect and cause, that is a cycle. And the whole thing what you just now told about the mud and pot. Mud and pot, and something is coming from the third part of Yoga Vasishtha. Same example.
No, that is there, the academic part. Now we are trying, when we go actually, when we were in the field, we used to observe this. The mud is there, we have gone there. How he puts it, again comes back. The pot gets damaged. Again, nothing happens to the mud. And when the mud comes in the form of a pot, we hardly recognize the mud. We only see the pot. This is the problem with us. When he is there in our individual form, we hardly remember him. Just like we don't see the mud in the pot. This is how it becomes verified, We try to actually use it in our own field, see for ourselves. Correct. I must have come from. The intelligence he has given me makes me aware that I must have come from that source. But I am not aware. Why? I am limiting myself to this form. Just like I limit the mud to the pot, where I don't recognize the mud there. I only recognize the pot there. Just like gold also they say, when you see a ring, you only see a ring. You don't say, I am having gold as a ring. You will not declare that. I am having gold as a necklace. You will not say that. I am having a necklace. So that means the moment it takes a shape, it hides its origin. That's why Prabhupada said, hatao, parda hatao. It is there behind us. We are not aware of it. Sakshi, yeah.
Sakshi, say what you need to say now.
Thank you, Shraddha. Hariom Swamiji.
Hariom.
Swamiji, my mind was dwelling on this sentence just a while before. How to see God in everyone. And Swamiji, and just now you talked about the form is so very words are not possible because of it is the form that imposes so much on our mind. We are not able to see what's inside it. Now, when I was thinking that I have to see God in everybody.
I must see God
I must see God in everybody.
Then my mind automatically gave me a thought that I don't like this particular person. I cannot see God in this person. And then I realized, just now you talked about this form. Then I realized that my mind is so very engrossed in that form that I'm not able to see God inside it. So, if I have to see God inside everybody right now, if I really have to practice seeing God inside everyone right now, then I need to focus on God and not the form. At this point, I'm trying to articulate something which I don't think can be articulated in words. But what I realize now is that thinking that because I wasn't able to focus on Papa, because I wasn't able to focus on God, That is the reason I am not able to that is the reason the form is imposing so much on my mind.
She said because my mind is so engrossed in the form. I'm not
Natural,
able
you are
to
right.
see the divine and I'm not focusing on the form.
Not only you know, everybody is facing that because right from the young age, impressionable age, this was not, God did not make us to receive this. He made us to conceive God as so many, Guru as so many, you know. So then we have formed so many concepts about God, spirituality, Guru, everything. And proportionate to the experience God gave us on these directions, we never thought about the absolute. That's why even when Papa or Mataji were telling us in person, today morning again the word came from Mataji, you know, Kali Saru. When she was explaining about the different levels of realization. Papa in his first book, in first chapter, he brings the word great void. We did not know that. So we developed our concept in our own way. And one fine morning when we find, in spite of my doing so many years, why am I still not aware of His presence within? Though technically, intellectually, I know that He is within me. Because just think this, no? Suppose we keep on talking about the mud and the pot. Actually, when you are they are called, you know, what are they called? Persons who make this potter. When you go to the potter's field, and when you actually see that mud pot, and the moment the pot comes, you will not see the mud. Your mind has got a concept about mud. That particular concept will not be there in the pot because the pot has assumed a form. Then suddenly you remember. I must have come from something, only from something can come out. I cannot come from nothing. That something from which I came out is in a different form. So I am just as I don't recognize the mud in the pot, I don't recognize the gold in various ornaments, I also don't recognize the indwelling spirit in everybody. And why I am not, in spite of doing 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, why I am still in that, you know, I have not got clarity. That it is the nameless, formless, in Papa's words, impersonal aspect. That nameless, formless, indwelling, all-pervading reality is the one behind these forms. We will not be able to move toward that. That is why he said, you know, to know who you are in reality is the real quest. You are not what you assume yourself to be. So the seventh chapter, it is the starting point of every spiritual life. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam. One more sloka is there. Etadjyonini bhutani sarvani upadaraya. Just before this, no? Aham krishnasya jagata prabhava pralayasthada. It also highlights. Seventh. know that these two Prakritis are the womb of all beings. So I am the source and dissolution of the whole universe. Prabhava pralayastata. In previously he says, what is a higher Prakriti and a lower Prakriti? Higher Prakriti is, lower Prakriti is earth, water, fire, air, mind, intellect, egoism. This is my Prakriti divided eightfold. And then, what is the other one? My higher Prakriti is the very life element by which this world is upheld. Jiva Bhudha. So the life force, para and apara. So these two, he says, though he defines it for the sake of understanding, he says, I am the Bijam, I am the origin. I am the source and dissolution of the whole universe. Prabhava pralayastata. So this is a very important chapter. To understand Papa's words, to understand properly the Nam Seva Dhyan, this gives us the clue to set our mind right, so that we are very clear. We are chanting the name of one who has made me to come to this world. We are chanting the name of the one who is providing me everything, including the air, water, earth, space, the heat in my body. I have not done anything personally. The sun, rains, metals, minerals, gases, vegetables, and then intelligence. Intelligence is the cause for bringing all creature comforts. So this is a very, very important chapter, especially for the spiritual children of Papa. This will definitely help us. Those who go through the glimpses of divine vision first page, those who go through the first page of Thus Speaks Ramdas, where Papa gives the direction. This is how you should pursue, then only you will know him. So first indwelling and then all pervading. So the way we are not in a position to feel that we are not applying, we are keeping it only at the intellectual level. Anything and everything. Here again we remember Papa's words. Be reflective and meditative. The more you become meditative and reflective, the nearer you reach the springs of your life. These are his words. So everything we keep on reflecting. So you are there, you are there, you are there. When we seed a seed, the creativity is there. If you keep a seed here, the creativity will not be seen. But in a conducive atmosphere we put, it sprouts. In fact, this creativity lying in a bijam, lying in a seed, it has come from another tree, which has come from another seed. So self-propagating. No outer agency is necessary for that. One tiny little seed of tomato or chilies, tiny little, you can't even hold it. When you put it and nurture it, it sprouts, it becomes a plant, a seedling, a plant, a flowering plant, then it gives the fruition. And so many, say 50 or 100 chilies or potatoes. In each chili or potato you will have 20, 30, 40 seeds, self-propagating. So you look now. This is how we have all come. So when Papa said at the time of inauguration that the ideal of the ashram is universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity, as you enter the board is there, What he said on 1931, on 15th May 1931. The ideal of the ashram is universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity in everybody. What does it mean? This is what he means. The divinity means the first primordial seed, the origin, the source, the root. From there everything have come. If I understand and realize that, I cannot but love, I cannot but serve. So it is for this purpose he has given us Ram Seva Dhyan. So the more we go, our love circle keeps on expanding. From me to we to him. All these things are contained in this 7th chapter. So by bringing this vibration, probably it may be too heavy. We can change it to, we can put this mutton pot easy for anybody to understand. So this is how the Sanatana Dharma, which is identifying yesterday, I think at the end of this or in the end of that, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam you would have heard from the Maha Upanishads. How can we say that we are all one? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So many times he says, how does it? It's academically we can repeat. How do I know that this is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam? This is what Indian philosophy highlights. We are all members of one family. Many of you might have done it, but for the sake of those who are hearing it for the first time, Papa says, the life principle that activates our being is the same. We have to connect it with 7th chapter. We all breathe the same air, walk on the same earth, are equally entitled to the enjoyment of the amenities which nature provides. The earth yields its rich gift to all alike. The differences between man and man on the material plane are, in truth, unnatural, improper. For the component parts and the composition of human bodies and the qualities inherent in them are not diverse and conflicting. If we look at it with pure vision that belongs to an enlightened mind, refined mind, we do not see any clear-cut line of demarcation between that isolates man from man, one set of people from another, one nation from another. We are indeed parts of a stupendous whole. We are units that form the world community or family. So we can live and act as members of a world brotherhood or federation. These are the inspiring words of Papa. No? So when he says universal love and service, initially we may think that it is a tall talk. Now we understand it is not a tall talk. It is a tall talk if we only limit ourselves to that words. If we reflect further, if we try to investigate further, we will come to know, yes, we have all come from the same. And therefore, these words, the life principle that activates our being is the same. For every human being, see, we will take human being first. Every human being, the heart should beat, simple. The blood should circulate. Food should get digested. Breathing should go on. If these four are not there, that's why he said the life principle that activates our being is the same. We all breathe the same air, walk on the same earth, and are equally entitled to the enjoyment of the amenities which nature provides. Anything, space, sun, everything, you know. The earth yields its rich gift to all alike. It does not specify the beneficiary. The difference between man and man on the material differences, material plane are in truth unnatural, improper. For the component parts, brain, joints, kidney, liver, spleen, anything you name, you know. The component parts and the composition of human bodies and the qualities inherent in them are not diverse and conflicting. If we look with the pure vision that belongs to an enlightened mind, if we limit ourselves to me and mine, we will not be able to understand. We do not see any clear-cut line of demarcation that isolates man from man, one set of people from another, one nation from another. When we were reading these words, you know, suddenly we were referring to we take the brush, you know, toothbrush, early morning. So we did little research. Who brought this into the world? Then we found out it was in 1700s. One doctor in the United States has brought out this. He did not say it can be used only by me and my family or Americans, you know. That's what Papa here says. How can you isolate? When you are enjoying your shirt, your pant, your specs, the chair, the road, the transport, the automobile, anything, you don't know the other, no? And you are enjoying, you know. Even in language, we don't know who brought this. And we communicate through that language. He did not specify any beneficiary. Please think about it. 70th chapter makes us to think a lot about this. So again we will read, because this is all that Bijammam Sarvabhutanam, that one particular sloga. That is why in the latest brochure, Vananda Ashram, we brought it out, because people can easily, we are not telling from knowledge, it is from Shastras. The Lord declares, I am the Bijam of everything, you know. The life principle that activates our being is the same. We all breathe the same air, walk on the same earth, and are equally entitled to the enjoyment of the amenities which nature provides. The earth yields its rich gift to all alike. The differences between man and man on the material plane are in truth unnatural, improper. For the component parts and the composition of human bodies and the qualities inherent in them are not diverse and conflicting. If we look with a pure vision that belongs to an enlightened mind, here comes the refining process, aspect. Not the crudity, you know. Me and mine is the crudity. When I come out of the crudity, refined, enlightened, we do not see any clear-cut line of demarcation that isolates man from man, one set of people from another, one nation from another. We are indeed parts of the stupendous whole. We are units that form the world community or family, so we can live and act as members of a world brotherhood or federation. This is brought out, you know, in another form is called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So mud and pot, gold and ornaments, like that any other thing that strikes to you, because this is very important.
Iceberg in the ocean. Iceberg in the ocean.
Iceberg in the ocean.
It is also made from water.
H2O is the same in water. H2O is same in the steam. H2O is same in the ice, But when we see it as water or ice or steam, we don't remember this. Think. So how much?
Space inside a room of any building, any flat, any apartment.
Space, exactly. Space. The moment before we construct this area, there is space. It cannot be identified. You can't say, this is my site. That's all you can say, My site. But the moment you build a house, you will never say anything about the site. You will say, this is my portico, this is my drawing room, this is my kitchen, this is my puja room, this is my bedroom, master bedroom, this is my washroom, work area. You will not utter a word about the site. Though in the site only we are building. Similarly, that silent and mysterious power, the subtle and mysterious power has assumed all these, so we identify only the form, not the substratum behind it. So I know now, space is there. We no longer identify this area where we are sitting as space. We say Centenary Hall,
Swami Chinmayanandaji was delivering a talk on Gita was there, big pandal was there. That time he mentioned about this space. He said, before this pandal came, there was space. Now when the pandal is erected, we will not call this space or not, this is the pandal now. And after 10 days, when talk is over, Niranjan will come and will not see the pandal, will sit back to it.
Correct. So just we are sitting here, Till 2003, this hall was not there. That is why it's called Centenary Hall, Mataji's Centenary Hall. It was an open space. If there was a bridge here, there was a building. So we were going. Then the idea came that why not we convert it to a hall. Then this hall came. It's no longer known as a space, unnamed space. No. But that is the one. It is there, whether we recognize it or not, whether we agree it or not, it is there. So that is why Mataji went on repeating about this space, Kali Swarup, Kali Swarup, Kali Swarup. The void between me and you. She said, God, Papa is the void between me and you, between me and the earth and the sky. So the 7th chapter, please, when we think about it, if we can remember this mud and pot, then suddenly we can remember the 7th and 10th slokas. He says, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. I am the eternal seed of everything. It's a verifiable science. It's not a dictum or a dogma that we have to believe. No. They have experienced, they are placing it before us. You experience. Simple, you idli, dosha idlis are there, It is coming out from rice only. But the moment it comes out in the form of a dosha or idli, we do not say rice, the name itself, the form, the dosha form, the upma form, only we identify with that. Simple. Electricity, we don't say electricity is bulb. We want this bulb, that bulb, this fan, that fan. So everywhere it is there in different form. And we don't identify, in at least electricity we know, if the switch is not on, it will not give me right. But in the case of others, probably if I don't prepare, there won't be any upma. If I don't bring a pot from the mud, this question will not arise. But what we are trying to arrive at is, in anything and everything we try to go reflect. So I have come from that. I have forgotten that. So my sadhana is to remember and realize my original being. So this is what Papa said, to know who you are in reality is the real quest. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend. Whatever we have formed the concept, we have to go beyond that. Transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect. Otherwise we will not go. We will be only in the form. And then embarking on the realm of the spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. That is why Papa gave a lot of importance for this impersonal aspect. That is why idol worship is not here. Not that he was against idol worship. Because we get stuck there, just like we got stuck in our body. So we will take it up tomorrow also through one or two. But this is very important. For refinement, 7th chapter directly helps us. And as spiritual children of Papa, it directly links us to his teaching. Directly links us. And Mataji's oft-quoted word of Kali Swarup. Some of the words we will try to read tomorrow, so that the 7th chapter becomes our whole center. There are so many slogas in Bhagavad Gita highlighting this, but the first is this Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutana. That is the basis from which we try our journey to realize him. Now this much is clear. Intellectually it must be very clear that why we are unable to remember him. Sakshi Ben was telling, we are unable to see him. Because not only you, every one of us, why we got stuck with the form. But now we slowly try to understand, if the form has to remain as a form, there should be some raw material behind it. And in this chapter, he is also the raw material. In the para and apara, when he defines, he brings, both. Even not only the bijam, also the material and the intelligence to create it. Buddhir buddhivadamasmi. He has also given the intelligence to the paravastu to make it useful to his creation. From the cotton, he has to travel to the dress. The journey from the cotton to the dress, it must be from intelligence only. From sound to a syllabus, a curriculum, a language, intelligence. Like that. So this 7th chapter, 10th sloka, it suddenly gives us the flash. Our entire spiritual journey, as chalked out by Papa, is cleared now, intellectually cleared. Now we have to do
You used to say somebody has discovered something, like somebody discovered electricity, somebody discovered steam engine, etc. But the intelligence behind it is the same.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Now I understand that.
Yeah. So more about it tomorrow. Hari Om. Very important subject. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Pranam Swamiji.
Pranam, Pranam. Just now when we were chanting Ram,
Namaskaram Swamiji.
Namaskara. They were remembering Gopal.
Swamiji said something.
Pranam Swamiji. Om Shri Ram.
Kumar.
Namaskaram Swamiji.
Namaskara. Sound comes from the sound listeners.
That is in fact very, very important.